All right. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get your any sort of a knife you're gonna use. Go ahead and get it out. You're gonna get bloody, and you're not gonna want to go back in to grab that stuff. I like to use a knife with a back cut thing here, so it can just seems to be work better. So what I do is I go ahead and we're going to find the tip about here, and going to make an incision to get my knife in there. Not through the fat, not through the meat, just a little bit through the skin. So now you take the back end of this thing. Might be a little harder than I thought. Get out of here, tick. Thinking I'm gonna sharpen my knife. So not all things in life are easy, so you might have to work a little bit at it. Yeah, this is you try to keep the hair off of it, but it's damn near impossible to do. Ugh. Sometimes it's tough living in this world. Sometimes it's tough getting what you want. Sometimes you gotta do a little work for the things that you want. And sometimes, you know, they say working with your hands is one of the most natural dopamine highs you can get with your mind. Highly recommend going hunting, skinning yourself a deer. Woo! Feels good, boys and girls. All right, so we're making some progress. We got some going. When the going gets tough, you got to keep going. 'Cause that's probably when you're about to make some progress. Like I said, good things in life aren't always easy. So all I'm doing here is pulling the skin back a little bit and cutting. I think it's a fascia, but just cutting that to pull it away from the, give me something to grab onto as I'm cutting down this deer. Getting somewhere now, fellas. Cooking with gas, as they say. Now, one thing that we like to do, you can't always, I don't know what you got in your area, but in our area, we got the VA, and some of those guys use a wheelchair, and what they do is if you donate your hide, a lot of people don't use the hide, so donate the hide, gives veterans something to do that's productive, that's helpful to the community. They make gloves out of them for, you know, people in wheelchairs. It's a really great program they do. Just drop off the hide and they take care of it all. So yeah, Pretty cool program. You can look into it and see. Well, you can't see, but I'm just tearing it away a little bit. Just trying to get open to this belly. Don't be afraid to touch your deer, you know. Ooh. Okay, maybe don't touch it there, then you get blood on it. But it's all right to touch it. You gotta put a little shoulder on you. You know, this one's got a little white. It's a little bit spotted on his front hand. That's kind of cool. Now, one thing you got to do is you got to cut out the anus. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. But cut a hole around the anus. Do not cut the intestine. You just want to cut the anus, because when I drop the guts out, if there's no anus, then it can go and all you know, drop out all as one. If you got the anus attached, it doesn't drop out. So I don't have any tricks for anus cutting. Some people can do it, some people aren't so good at it. I'm one of those that's not so good at it. So make sure you cut that tailbone a little bit. Not too deep. You don't want to get to your meat. You just want to cut that tailbone so it flops out. I don't know if it's bone that I'm cutting, but anyways, it's kind of a lost art here, anus cutting. You don't hear a lot of guys talking about cutting anuses, but this fucking knife sucks. I can't sharpen my knives. But just keep working at it. All right, we are a not attached anus anymore. It's not very fun cutting anuses. Is it plural? Ani? I don't know. Wasn't intended as a... You know, guys, it's all about having fun. All right, so you're in here, you're cutting away, you're coming down to his pecker. And when you get to the pecker, you, if it's your first kill, you gotta eat the pecker. I'm just kidding, guys. Do not break open that bladder. Whatever happens, do not break open the bladder. Just coming along, I'm coming along today. Gonna cut me a pecker off of this deer. I'm gonna cut me a pecker off of this deer. It's gonna get cut, and I'm not too worried about it, because you cut off the pecker, nobody wants to eat it. Nobody that I know. My dogs would probably eat it, but we give them a lot of scraps. All right. So you got the nuts here and the pecker, and you try not to get this fucking hair on anything. Hair is not good. All right, got the pecker out. I'm just gonna let it hang there. But I do have a jug of water over here, really handy. Rinse off some of the hair. Doesn't have to be perfect. You're gonna get a shitload more hair on you. Okay, now you got to open it up. So one thing you can do is cut the neck. If you cut the neck, then this stuff falls down a lot easier. So I like to cut it high because I take the esophagus and dry it about 200 degrees in your oven. Makes it an excellent dog treat. As soon as that esophagus sinks down, you know you've cut it enough. Okay, so you find the where the ribs come together here, and you poke yourself a hole in that. This one's real fatty. Must have been a good year for him. A little bit of that exterior I think I just cut through a rib. That's all right. You're wanting, again, do not puncture the guts. Use the back of that knife. See? You got the guts right here. And there's a little bit of a cavity here. And you can put your hand in and pull out. Kind of protects the rest of the stuff. Just slide on down. Nothing to it. There she is. That's what you're going for. And you can come up here and start aiming above the diaphragm and yeah. Some blood is probably going to spill out. That's okay. It means you actually hit something. You can go ahead and woohoo! You can go ahead and cut that diaphragm out. Get a little blood shower. If you're into blood showers, now's your time to really have a lot of fun. But like I said, sometimes you get dirty. Part of it. Now you want to, oh, there we go. Heart's actually in pretty full condition. There's some more blood. Woo! Those would be the lungs. All right, I gotta get deep in here. Quit messing around. All right, I'm gonna open this up a little bit more. And you just kind of get in there and pull on some stuff. It is attached. Here's your heart. It's kind of cool. Let's see. Now this is, I don't eat it. I'm sure you could, but excellent dog meat. I actually have eaten it once. It was unmemorable, wasn't good, wasn't bad. It's supposed to be good for you. Again, if it's your first deer, you got to eat the heart. Just take a bite raw. That's how we all do it. Anyways, kidding. But if you take your heart, you can set it aside. Whatever makes you happy. Okay, back to this. And just kind of peel it off. There's a pretty big cavern in there. All right, what are we doing here? This opens up. Do not, I repeat, do not cut the intestines or the stomach. Liver, I guess, another dog food for me. Maybe people eat it, I don't know. Nothing goes to waste on my deer because we have dogs. So all scraps when I'm butchering, I do my own butchering. Maybe we'll do a video on that, but all scraps off your meat can go to the dog. Your liver can go to the dog. Should just peel right off this back part here. You shouldn't have to do much cutting. Really fatty, really good deer. Now at this part, if your anus isn't coming out and you're at the anus part, you can go back in and give it a cut, see what's holding you up. Bada boom, bada bang. Where the fuck are we stuck? Well, I think on the dudes, you gotta do this other part. Yeah, females are easier because it's all right there. You just cut it all out, both parts. The dudes are... There's your pecker. I don't keep it. Okay, boys and girls. You're about ready to I'm gonna open up this cavity just to let it breathe and cool down. It's gutted. There's your liver if you're gonna do something with it. Like I said, all this is really good dog meat. You can can it. Canning meat is great. Doesn't take up freezer space. Tenders it up. The dogs love it. So that's how you skin a deer. I'm gonna open up the cavity so I can put a stick in there. And you kind of pick a side when you're doing this. You pick a different knife if you don't want to dull it up, but I mean, you're cutting through ribs, so. Why you pick a side is because it's easier right next to the joint than it is right through the center. Okay, now see, open that up, get that heat out of there. Excellent. That just helps it breathe. Let it out. Let's see here. Do I want to open this up some? This part here holds a lot of heat too. It's not very cold today, so I think I better open it up because you want to cool off your meat. Just go down the middle, don't get into the meat or your hatchet. You know, maybe just a stick there will work. Not trying to expose a bunch of this meat. just, you know, helps cool it down. All right, that's field dressing a deer. Works for me. Hope it works for you. Good day.